All right, guys and gals, this is going to be part 4 of Major Cleanup. It's extremely long. It's about 30 plus minutes long, and it will be the final update on level 1 in train room number 2. After this video, I will be moving up to the second level and we'll start the major cleanup there. Enjoy the video. Hello and welcome to Vinny Vid Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and the channel is called BNSF6951. On my channel, I show tips, tricks, techniques, and how-tos on laying track, doing scenery, doing electrical work, and much, much more. If you guys are interested in something like this, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to thumbs up. That'll get you notified when I'm doing a new video or a live stream. Oh, that's right. I do live streams on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with this video. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. All right. You guys might be wondering why I do my roads in styrene. I will tell you why. About three and a half to 4 years ago, I got a package in the mail that looked like this. And the weight on the package was heavy. I don't know, it was like 5, 6, 7 pounds. I don't remember. Anyhow, I'm saying to myself, well, what could be in a package that's 12 inches wide by 24 inches long and 1 inch thick? I don't know. So I said, okay. So I opened it up, and lo and behold, styrene. Now this package right here is 40 thousandths. It had about 30 sheets in there. That's a lot of styrene. And then the other one, the other one was the 20 thousandths styrene. And this is what I do my roads with, is the 20,000. This one had, I don't know, 60 or 70 sheets in it. So at that time, 3.5 years ago, I decided to cut all my roads. Some are 2-lane and some are 1-lane roads that I had cut in anticipation that I was going to be changing all my roads to styrene. So that is the reason why I do my roads in styrene. And if you follow along, I'm going to show you how I paint them. Because I see a lot of people that do painting with rattle cans. It's a no-no how they do it. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Alright guys, I'm going to show you what I see a lot of guys doing when they're using a rattle can paint. I'm using this paint here because the other paint I want to use to paint the roads is too expensive to do this demonstration. Anyhow, if you see, I have this white piece here. And what I see guys doing is actually starting, stay still, is actually starting on the project like that and then going. But you see what happens? Wait, there you go. It's all runny. So the way you should do it is start before the project, start spraying before the project, and go past the project, and you get a perfect little paint job. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start working on my roads. And we'll see how that's going to turn out. So, this here thing is still dripping. And yes, I am using my ladders as my work area. Eventually, I'm going to clean this side of the garage out and put my 2 workbenches in here with my table saw, my chop saw, and all that stuff. Anyhow, now that you know how I do my painting, should help you guys out. So, this is that Tester's paint. It is called a light aircraft gray, and I like it because it looks like road to me. Alright, so basically, like I said, you start before the project and end after the project. Now we'll do this one. And again over here. Always make sure you get your edges. Alright, so with that being said, these rows are painted. And it looks like we've got a little number bleed through over there, so let's get him. And I'm holding the can at least 12 inches away. Alright, so we're going to let these dry up, and then I'll bring the others out here and paint those, and we'll be good to go. So we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Big production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF 6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees. I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now, and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the Cuz sent you. Alright guys and gals, in order to accommodate a 2-lane road, or actually a 4-lane road, 2 in each direction, I had to compromise. Now usually I would just take the sidewall and mount it right on top of the styrene. But that would have taken room away from me, and I would have to make the lanes smaller than what they are. Right now, these lanes are approximately 9 feet wide with a white safety stripe on each side. So, in order to have done that, what I needed to do was add this strip of styrene down here so I can mount the sidewall onto that and not obstruct any of the top of the bridge deck itself. Now, you guys all know that I've had some surgery done on my hands and this and that, and my hands are not very strong right now. So how I cut my strips is I took my styrene sheet, and as you can see, this guy right here, I would do the same thing. I would clamp him down just like that, whatever my measurement was, and instead of using my hobby knife, I use this whatever you call it, box cutter or whatever. It's a great little tool, and it's heavy. And that's the reason why I want to use it, because it's heavy and I don't have to put that much pressure on my hand in order to cut that. So, with that being said, let me move this stuff out of the way. Now for these sidewalls, I went ahead and used this number 189, and lo and behold, one of these is exactly half. So 2 of these with no cutting fit across the entire bridge. Now with this, adding this little piece, believe it or not, did a second thing. Besides giving me the extra room up here on the deck, it actually made the bridge deck a little stronger because of the extra styrene I put there. So, now, on to the next part of this. I had asked John Tanzillo to make me some bridge supports, and he did so according to my measurements, and they worked out perfectly, and these are the bridge supports that he did for me. Now, this bridge here will get 5 of these, and my other bridge will get 3. The problem I'm going to have is, when I flip this over, instead of having the 189s running down here as concrete supports, I'm actually going to use I-beams. And because I'm going to put the I-beams like towards the outside here and towards the outside here, and then there'll be more in the middle here, I need to make some strips to go across to make it level, because right now this is on that extra piece of styrene and this is not. So I just need to add a little bit of a piece of styrene, and that's what this clamp is all about right here. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go ahead and use my box cutter knife, and let me see if I can do this without disturbing the camera. And I'm not using anything to hold it except the clamps. And I'll just do this until it cuts through. And I'm not putting very much pressure on my hand right here on the cutting part. And by the way, I'm in my my supposed dinette area, and the table I'm using is just a decorative table with a piece of glass on top, and the glass I don't care about, but I do care about the table. So, a couple more strokes and we should be able to snap this. Come on. All right, it's through. All right, so now, because I don't know exactly where these are going to be mounted, what I'm going to do is I am going to put strip on top of here and make it part of the stanchion, leaving room on both sides for the extra styrene that I have. So this should work out. Now to cut these to length, I'm going to use my chopper, which I have right over here. And I'm going to get 2 of these out of here. So I'll just put it up here like that. And measure it right there. Snap, bang, boom. There's one. And we got one more right here. Alright. So it's 2. I need to make 3 more of those. Anyhow, I'll bring you back when all of those are done and how I get them all mounted over here. Talk to you in a little bit. Alright guys, now that I have all of these supports cut out, it's time to glue them down, and I'm going to be using this Fowler Expert. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is, Fowler Expert. Anyhow, let me get this guy out of my way. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it, and then I noticed that there's a little bit of a crown, but the crown is going the wrong way. So I'm hoping that after I get this glued and I put weight on it, it'll take the crown out and make it at least a flat road. So, with that being said, let's get going with this. Now, you know what, this one here, I'll just go ahead and put it on. There we go. I didn't draw any lines on here, so I got to do it this way. So we'll line him up with that edge right there and make him look straight right there. Now, as I go along, for right now, I'm just going to add my weight. And then I will change that. Come on. Get in there. You don't wanna play. There you go, right there. Be nice. And we just put you there like that. All right. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to go ahead and draw my line so I know where I need to be. So where is my square? I did mark it on the outside here, but this guy's got it right here. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of these, and then I'll continue on off camera. So put this here like this, and we'll just scribe a line like that. There's a line there already. And we'll scribe a line there. And then, by the way, I have these at 3 inches apart from each other on center. And that would be about 40 feet in inch scale. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down now, and we'll continue on. Now I'm not going to put the I-beams on just yet because I want to paint them. And I also need to paint the road. It's going to be the same color as the color I painted the other roads. I just showed you guys in the last clip. Alright, put you down. And we'll put some weight on you. We're not straight. Come on, buddy, get straight. I'm just doing this right now so it'll start to kind of conform to the bow that I have. That really sucks that I got that bow. Time for me to get a haircut. My hair is falling out. And it's going on the model. Alright. Not there, not there. Now this one here is a really big bulge. Alright, I'm going to do the rest off camera and I'll bring you back when they are completed. Talk to you guys in a bit. Next on the agenda is to go ahead and paint my I-beams. Now I'm going to be using this Krylon red oxide paint, and that's the color that they're going to stay when they're on the model. I'm going to paint 3 sides of them because the 4th side is going to be the side that glues down. I did order, I think 4 more packs or 6 more packs of the I-beams. They come two in a pack. And I need 4 more for this bridge and probably at least 8 for that bridge over there. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I ordered enough. Anyhow, I'm going to go out there and spray it out in my yard this time, and we'll be done. My breakfast will be ready, and we'll be good to go. Bye for now. Like I said, it was just in time for breakfast, so what we have here is a cheese omelet, a couple of strips of bacon, some tater tots, and some toasted buttered bread. Anyhow, I'm going to go eat, and I'll talk to you guys. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Yeah, that breakfast was great. Alright, so we're back on this overpass build that I'm doing. And I could have used these number 189 to use as supports, and they are exactly 4 feet this way and about 1.5 to 2 feet across the back. And so you put these on here, yeah. I mean, they would suffice, they would work, but don't forget, everything is going to be painted with this color, which is that light aircraft gray that I've been telling you about. It's kind of a gray, but it's also got a hinge of brown in it, or tan or something like that. So it actually, for me, it looks more like a road surface. Anyhow, instead of using these guys, like I said, I was going to paint those I-beams, and I did paint them. And let me show you what this is going to look like. And I think that this is going to look much, much better. Alright, and we got this one. And you can see I already have the lines drawn the way I want these. These would be about 16 scale feet apart. And so, don't forget, this is upside down right now. So when it's sitting the right way, when you look at it from the side, you'll see the I-beams here, and then when you look at it from the front, you'll see the cross-section of the I-beams here. I think it's going to make a lot, big difference on using these rather than just using the concrete. So anyhow, let me continue on this, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, we're almost ready to get these overpasses painted. I got all the work done. The final thing that we're going to do now is going to be masking this up. Now, sometimes I get lazy and I don't want to measure stuff, so what I did here on the end is we're going to have an I-beam run along here, and so I don't want any paint on there. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to lay a piece of tape down, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that, just to save a little bit of time for measuring. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a roll of masking tape, and I'll stretch it out to about where it needs to be, and I'll cut it. And now, this is how you save a little bit of time. Go ahead and put the whole thing on there. I don't want the sides painted, that's why we're doing this. The sides of the bridge, I don't want to mask everything off later on, so it's just easier for me to mask this off right now. Alright, now that it's secured down, you flip it over, and with a very, very sharp X-Acto knife, just follow it down. Just like that. You can hear it's cutting through the tape. When you hear glass, like right now, you're through. Alright, so we just installed some masking tape without too much trouble. And so we'll just take the piece that we just cut off, and we will continue down the side. And this tape will not go to waste. I'll find something to use it for later on. And then I got to put tape on these guys too. And I'll show you that. That's already been done on the other one also. Like I said, these are almost ready to be painted. I got my center divider crash wall up there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and trim this way because it's too long. And then I will do the same thing as I did earlier. Saves some time, and you get a perfect mask, as you can see. This is a long bridge, guys. This bridge is about 28 inches long, maybe 30 inches long. Also, I need to show you something here. Another little trick that I learned while I was working on this. Remember I was telling you I had a bulge here in the middle? But what was happening was, because the roadbed itself is laminated to another piece, what was happening, the glue was not adhering very well. So, in order to have fixed that, first I need to get this tape off my fingers. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to see this, but I drilled holes right here, okay, making sure I didn't go all the way through. And then I just stuck the needle of the glue and I squirted it inside the holes there, and I put weight on it overnight, and it worked. There's no more bubble. Anyhow, okay, so I got to do just a little piece over here. This little piece right here I want to do. Now this might not work as well because it's too small, but we'll see. We'll try. Alright, so fix that. And I don't know if we're going to be able to cut just like we did the other. Maybe. Maybe not. I think you just ripped it off. No, it stayed. Alright. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and do those little pieces that I showed you a couple minutes ago. Get that guy off of here. Come on. There you go. Alright. So now, I'm just going to put on these cross pieces right here, because that's all I need. That's the only place that the I-beams are going to sit on. So I just take a little piece like this and do that, and just cut that there, and then I'll come back later and trim that side. Anyhow, you get the idea. So I'll go ahead and do this, and I'll go ahead and paint these, and I'll bring it back after they are painted, because I already have the bridge supports done. They're already painted. And so on and so forth. So anyhow, I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Alright, so I have decided, since I'm not going to have these I-beams for another week or so, I'm going to do the shorter of the two overpasses and put on at least the outsides so I can put it on the stanchions and see what it looks like on the layout, just to get an idea. Because I'm that kind of a person that I want to see how good it looks. You know, I put a lot of work into these, and I want to see how they look. And by the way, this one here, the other side is already striped and it's already weathered. So you guys will be in for a good surprise when I turn it over and put it on the stanchions and so on. Anyhow, I'm going to just go ahead and glue these guys in place. I'm going to do, like I said, both outsides, and then whatever I have left I'll put in the center for now. Anyhow, we'll do that, and I'll show you guys when I come back. What you guys are looking at right now is the first 4 feet of Grand Avenue, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to keep everything straight when I start putting all my striping and stuff on there. It's real simple. and I'll probably keep this section all together because it's already been done on that half. But I will do it here, and then I will take only this piece off, put this back on the layout, and use this piece to go on to the next piece. Hope that made sense. Anyhow, real simple. Take some masking tape, and all I'm going to do is put it underneath the road, like that, and we'll put that all the way across. Now this is cheap tape, but it also, for some reason or another, is pretty strong. So there's another piece there, and then one more piece at the end, like that. Now, this is the important part. What I do is I pick it up like this, and I put it right up against the road. You hit a little snap, it moves. So I gotta do it again. There you go. And then just let it drop, put it in place. And now everything that I've done previously will line up on this one. So, with all that being said, we will be back in a little bit. Alright, what you're looking at right now is the first 4 feet of the new Grand Avenue that's going to be on my layout. As you can see, I've got all the striping down there, and if you look really, really close, you can see some cracks that I added in there. I also added my expansion joints and more cracks and so on and so forth. Now when I get down to here, now you got to remember that this wall is the wall that comes out from train room number 1 into train room number 2. So right here will be the Thomas Avenue overpass. But down here will be a road. It's going to be 23rd Avenue. And I still have to dress this guy up. Anyhow, as you see, the road is looking good. 2 lanes in each direction. Not bad. And so we'll go put this on the layout and bring the next section out. Now, remember what I said, I'm going to cut the tape here and use this section to do the next section and then the section after that. Okay? We'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, before we go any further, I'm going to show you these guys that I made up. And you see one says Thomas Road and this one says Indian School Road, and that's the 2 that I'm building right now. And I'm thinking about doing a 3rd one that's going to be called Camelback. These are all real roads that are in here in Phoenix. In fact, the hospital I go to is on Indian School and 7th Street. So anyhow, with all that being said, let me show you a mistake that I made. Yeah, I made a mistake. Looking down here, let me get you down there a little bit better. This one, there you go. I actually put the I-beams in the wrong place. I put them alongside the edge when I should have actually put them inboard a little bit beneath the actual roadway, not under these guys here. I cannot get these off. At least I don't want to try and get them off. I tried a little bit and they seem to be really on there, so I'm not going to mess with them. So what I did instead was I modified the bridge support by adding these guys on the side just to make it look like it belongs like that. So now it'll fit on top of the I-beams the way it's supposed to. Lesson learned. On the next one that I do, it'll be in the proper place. So I'm glad I already did it on this one and made the mistake on this one. So that's a good thing. All right. So now let me show you what these guys look on the other side, because I think you guys are not going to believe what they look like. Let me do something here first. I want to get you up. And can you guys? Let's see if I can get this. If you guys can see that. It's 28 inches on that long bridge right there. That's why I needed 5 supports for that guy. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and flip these over, and I think you guys will like what you see. So here's number 1, and here's number 2. And as you can see, they both have been weathered. They both have their stripes on them. I don't know how well you can see the weathering on there. I think it looks pretty good. And then this one here. And this one here, I went ahead and added the cracks like I did on the roads I showed you earlier. So I think these are looking pretty good. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and put them on the layout and show you what it looks like with the other road underneath it. So stay tuned and we will be back in a few minutes. So here we are walking into my train room, level 1 and train room number 2. And this is the first thing you're going to see is the overpass for Thomas Road. And that's looking pretty good. But my main thing right now is to show you that all of Grand Avenue has been completed. And we'll take a helicopter view of what it looks like. So far it looks pretty good. Took me a week to do all of this, guys. All the striping and stuff like that. Oh, and here is the Indian School overpass. Got some traffic on there. I'm going to need a lot of vehicles, I'll tell you that right now. And we follow it along here. All the way down to the end. I need to make a little adjustment down there at the end. But these are the kind of buildings I'm going to be putting here. Some building plats, some of my scratch bills, and so on and so forth. So with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. PNSF 6951 out.